What I'm going to load up next is Territory Spotanovka. We're going to run through the map and play a complete round, and then we're going to show you the end of round screen and talk about our ranking system and our stats pages. As you can see here, in Territory, and we're playing 32 player mode. We support up to 64 players, and our maps will have different sizes for the load, and I got shot right away. But we support both 16, 32, and 64 load sizes, and the maps will be changed to fit the player count. We will be shipping with 10 maps, and our plan is to support all our different game types in all the different maps: Territory, Countdown, and Firefight. Firefight, which I don't have a version to show you here today, is our take on Team Deathmatch, and we hope it to be sort of the gateway drug for players new to Red Orchestra. In this mode, we don't have any class limits or weapon limits, and players can just hop right in. Player could pick a weapon, join the game, and then at the start of the round, the players will spawn with their team, and as they move into the battlefield and start to die, the game will dynamically pick players on their team and spawn them near them. So it fosters like pockets of resistance and attack as teams are trying to overrun other player-held areas, and it's just really easy to jump in and play. So you can see here's the suppression effect again. And no, to all our fans who are watching, we have not suddenly changed to Call of Duty mode. I am using God mode to stay alive. Oh, here's not something I'm sure we've showed off before. This is an example of our new pickup system. It pulls up a small menu. You can choose what you want to pick up off the ground. As we've captured those two objectives, the next set have opened up. So we're going to advance through the map here. As you can see, you're seeing the periphery indicators on the left-hand side of the screen here. That lets you know that there's something moving in the periphery of your vision. You won't know if it's a friend or foe until you take a look at it. And that's due to how the way the human eye works. With a screen, the human eye really sees much further than the size of the screen. So the periphery indicators compensate for that. I just shot that soldier and put him into slow death mode. As you can see, he staggers briefly before he finally dies. When that happens, players, because that can happen to players as well, they have a brief opportunity to return fire and redeem themselves potentially. Going to order my troops there to give some suppression fire on that target. Normally I wouldn't be able to give that order, but since I am playing a single player currently, I do have the option to just order all the bots around. Capture the last objective here. We're going to see our end of round screen, and what that does, it tells the players how well they've done. It shows the top players both in terms of team score, personal score, and who's been the most dishonorable and gotten things like TKs, and this factors into our ranking system. So you can see here most effective player, kill points, team points, and dishonorable player. And what that'll do is filter into our overall ranking system. As you can see here, it's not fully hooked up yet, but it shows how well you've been doing, your various stats. You can pull it up at any time, so you don't have to leave a game to go see how well you're doing, or perhaps you're working towards some sort of achievements. You can just pop up your achievements. I know in several other games recently that's been an issue where you actually had to leave the game to go check these stats, and we definitely did not want that to be a hindrance to the player. We'll have class progression as players go through the various classes. We're still messing around with several options here, especially during beta, that players will be able to increase some stats, but we do realize that this is a realism game, so these stats are going to be increased very realistically. A player is not going to suddenly become a superhero. So you can see here there will be ranking for each class as the player goes up. And when they do so with those particular classes, they will be able to unlock some selective gear and advancement for the weapons in those classes. What you're seeing here is just some example placeholders. So the Mouse and the Gun here does not really have a 71 drum magazine. Now, as I mentioned, we are shortly the beta for the game. We are about to enter our friends and family beta. So we're hoping to reach that by the middle to the end of this month currently. And we'll be bringing in our friends and our family, of course, as well as our external beta testers we have used for years. And as we ramp that up, we're going to bring in clan players who have been playing Red Orchestra for years and been supporting us. And they're going to let them come in, let us know what we're doing wrong, which we're sure they'll let us know. And then as we near the completion of the game, we're going to have a larger closed beta where we plan on having something like 20,000 keys available. We're going to give them out to various websites, like perhaps game trailers, and let them distribute them. Get a whole bunch of people in to come in and see all those hardware configuration changes that we just can't possibly test in-house, as well as give us final feedback as we load test servers and things like that.